No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. Joining me as always is the Muse, Justin Kyle. Say hello everyone, Justin.
Hello everyone.
Ah yes, and of course I am the Tech, Mitchell Wright. We're back. It's been a while since we've done a top 5 trailers, and we have one for you here now. So, to explain it, well, I really don't need anyone to explain it. I don't need Justin to do anything. Even though, do you have any witty euphemisms for this one?
Well, here's the thing. I would like to start off by saying, in my opinion, all of the trailers on our list are 10s. So, for me, to give a movie a 10, it has to have changed filmmaking moving forward. That's not the same criteria for a trailer. The ultimate goal of a trailer is, did they succeed in the feelings of anticipation, which is what they were going for? In other words, to the audience, did this trailers get the anticipation and the excitement of the audience as high as what they wanted? So all of the ones on my list are 10s. They more than succeeded. I was amped up for every single one. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay, that'll work. Well, as I always do, I look to you, good Muse, and say, Justin, give it to me. What you got?
So my first trailer is it's a 10, and this is a textbook example of what I was just talking about, the definition. It is the 2005 Sin City trailer.
Ah, yes, sir.
Now, with what I just said, I had never seen anything quite like this.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of this trailer, and this is why this is getting a 10, at the end I felt like I just got hit in the face with a rainbow.
A black and white one.
Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. I was like, what just happened? That movie looks amazing. It looked groundbreaking. The action, it was that slow build. And, you know, the music was amazing in it. What a great trailer. It was nothing like I'd ever seen before. I immediately could not wait to see it.
Absolutely.
So, there it is. First trailer.
What's your rating?
It's a 10.
It's a 10? Okay.
For sure.
Okay. And not all of these are necessarily 10s, but that is definitely a 10. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. My first one is a 2012 movie. It is from Ridley Scott. It stars Naomi Rapis. I can never say her name. And Michael Fassbender in Prometheus. And the reason that it is definitely a good, great trailer, because if anybody has ever seen Alien, it hails back to that original trailer from Alien.
It does.
It has the same feel. It's built the same way as Alien is, as far as you have the music and the source behind it and the ambience and that siren going on.
Right.
And you have all those scenes to where like all hell is breaking loose.
Right.
From left to right, and I mean it's very cool that Ridley Scott paid attention to that, and the people editing and making this trailer paid attention and did that so well. And everybody saw these shots, and everybody knew what it was, and it was just like, oh, this is awesome. You know,
right.
we've been waiting so long for something like this, and it was definitely a good movie. I don't think it lived up to the trailer, but it was a good movie. So,
right.
And that's why I give the trailer definitely a like a 9.5. It was awesome, solid. Got you out there, wanted you to see it. Teased enough. Not a lot of dialogue. Just every scene that you saw, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see what's happening there. Oh my gosh, what is that? I mean, that's the whole idea of it, and
right.
They pulled it off.
Yeah, man. After I saw that trailer, that was one of those ones where you look at your mates over here and you're like, oh my God. And then you don't say anything else. You just stare into space for about 5 minutes wondering what just happened.
Exactly.
That's a great trailer. Good choice.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. My second trailer. I also this is one of the ones. This is a textbook where the trailer by far is superior than the movie, and you will agree with this. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
The first trailer for Spider-Man 3.
Absolutely.
So now here's the thing. I'm already gonna say I give this trailer a 10 as a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Not the movie. The movie's a whole nother, because it is a different art. It is a completely different art. We've seen it time and time again. A trailer can be flawless, and it's a mini movie, if you will.
Oh yeah.
So it's a different art in and of itself, and this was an epic trailer from start to finish. Even the way the very very last two shots, it was when Peter is trying to get rid of Venom by the church bell, and he's raising up and he's screaming, and Venom's coming off his body. And then that final one where he's hanging they got him tied down by the webbing of his neck, and he reaches out for the camera.
Oh,
and they say this could be the end of Spider-Man, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention everything you just saw before that, the music. Now, here's what really made it a 10 is this had already came after Spider-Man 1.
Yep.
Which was groundbreaking. It broke records at the box office. CGI Sam Raimi kicked the crap out of that movie. And Spider-Man 2, considered in my top 5 favorite superhero films of all time.
It was a good one. It definitely was a good Spider-Man film.
So the fact that this one showed this, as well as it was hints of Venom, Sandman looked awesome. The CGI looked awesome. The music. As soon as I saw this trailer, I was like, oh my god, it's going down. It is going down. I don't know what's happening. You're a little bit scared, but it's like, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And it had heck of a build-up. I agree. Nice pick. Especially for trailers. That was a diamond in the rough that unfortunately was rough.
Yes.
Exactly. All right, moving along. My second trailer is a 2014 Gareth Edwards film. It stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, and Bryan Cranston in Godzilla. Dude, how pumped were you or anyone out there whenever they open that shot and you've got Bryan Cranston talking in the background about something that is being hidden, and all you see is this huge swath of destruction, like for the eye can see, and it goes to different shots of, Vegas destroyed, and there was another city in there that was destroyed, and then you've got the Statue of Liberty mauled and torn up. And one of the things that they did smart on this is you only caught just glimpses of Godzilla right until the end, to when they were closing those doors.
Right.
And he looked right at the camera. And then when his scream or howl or roar kicked in, I had the hair on my arms just stand up, and I was like, oh my God, that is awesome. I mean, that roar alone, I sit there and I listen to it a couple times. I'm like, yeah, man, that's something we haven't heard before. Yeah. And it wasn't a 10, but it was definitely a 9. I'll give it a 9 because it really did the tease, and it did it well. Better than the movie. The movie was all right. The movie wasn't bad, but the trailer was awesome.
The trailer was awesome. The movie's not a perfect movie, but I really thoroughly enjoy the movie. I think more than most people. it's weird. All of those trailers for that film were really, really good. But you could almost consider, in some aspects, they were all kind of teasers because it didn't really show Godzilla, actually fighting until like the last 15 minutes of the movie, anyways.
Right.
But man, when he fought, boy, it was worth the wait. It lived up to that wait. I will say that about it.
Absolutely.
Great choice.
Sir. Thank
Great
you.
choice.
Thank you.
So my third film is a 2000 and I want to say 10 release of a Terrence Malick flick called Tree of Life.
Oh, yes.
So, this is one of those ones where it's kind of subjective. For what it was going for, I'm going to give this. It's a great trailer. It's tough. I don't know if I could give it a 10 because I wasn't like on the. It's not like I couldn't wait for it. It was one of the ones where like I bet that's going to be awesome.
Right.
But I'll give it a solid 9. As beautiful as it was, the editing of it, the music in and of itself, very philosophical, very, very mysterious, ethereal at points. I don't know. It's hard to rate this trailer for me.
Right.
What would you rate it? You've seen the trailer. What would you rate it?
Oh,
I mean, it's a fantastic trailer.
I felt that it was definitely easily a 9, especially given some of the shots, especially when it seems like that they're going and doing flashbacks for what Sean Penn's younger character is. It almost looks hand shot. It almost looks like it was it was trying to get a point of view the whole time, and then when it switches to like the scenes in space, it's just like, wow, that's a gorgeous shot right there.
Right.
So and it never felt out of place at any time.
It's interesting because a lot of it, what makes it so beautiful is, you're right, the vast majority of it, that's Malick's style in general, but the vast majority of it is handheld. But how amazing were those shots? I mean, when it shows that little child running through and it goes right by him, I mean, it's so thought out as far as the themes. Even the shot selections have a theme, so it's very philosophical. There's a lot of richness to the trailer the movie as well.
There is, absolutely.
I'll give it a 9. I think that's fair. I don't want to say it was a game changer because, again, I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait to see it. But I think that's fair. It
was fair. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. My third film is a 2009 film about a director that we've already talked about. It has Malin Ackerman, Jackie Earle Haley, Jeffrey Dean Morgan in Watchmen. This is a trailer that, again, was much better than the movie. Much, much better. This trailer was a 10. This trailer had some shots that were absolutely fantastic, and this was really Zack Snyder showing his visual chops off, so to speak. And the source music from Smashing Pumpkins was phenomenal and spot on. And the whole time it does something which a lot of great trailers do. You don't get a lot of full dialogue. You get those clips of action, those clips of epic scenes, and then you get those small bits of dialogue that make you want more. And I love it definitely toward the end with Rorschach. They'll scream for help, and I'll say no. And that was
I'll whisper.
I'll whisper no. Yeah. And it's just like, wow. And I mean, there wasn't hardly anyone, especially a geek out there, that did not want to see this movie. And it wasn't just awful, and it wasn't just bad. It was okay. And that's what kind of pissed a few people off, really, to say the least. It was kind of at the end, just kind of a little bit of a, okay. It was great all the way up until that point. It was a good movie up until that last point, to where it was just kind of, meh. But the trailer never stopped, never let up.
That's such a good choice.
And just kept going until at the end you were just like, oh my God, I've got to watch that again. And you did.
Right. Especially, there are 2 points that you made that I think are fantastic. Number one, you just made me realize that any film, because of Zack Snyder's attention to visuals, no one's going to argue that he has fantastic visuals. That's his strength.
Exactly.
But with that in mind, there isn't going to be a Zack Snyder film that's not going to have a great trailer.
No,
Probably ever, because of that, right?
That's how he keeps people coming back.
That's correct. I mean, and then the other thing is, it's a 10 for sure for the people that are geeks, like what you said, the people that understand that Watchmen is how beloved it is as a graphic novel. Even if you've never heard of Watchmen before, you're not going to have the same feeling as, like, oh my God, I'm excited. You're going to be like, what is this? This looks interesting. What's that blue guy? Anyway, what a great choice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I commend you.
Appreciate it.
All right. My fourth film. It's very important to distinguish this. It is I think it's 2014. It is the Comic-Con trailer, not the official trailer. The Comic-Con trailer of Mad Max Fury Road.
Ah, yes, sir.
This is the one that it starts out slow.
Yep.
And it starts out with him just looking in his back. And you see those two-headed lizards come up, and then they crawl all the way to him, and he stomps on them, right? And then he takes off in his car, and then you see the motorcycle flying behind, and then it shows that really ethereal music, very beautiful, very, very relaxing. And then you see those exploding flares, all those rainbow colors. How beautiful was that?
Absolutely.
When you first saw that and you're like, this is a Mad Max movie? What is going on? And then from there, it just kept on going. It kept on going all the way into the opening shot when you see the peak of it, when he's on that pole and is swinging back and forth, and then there's 5 cars explode behind him, and he turns back and he looks while he's swinging over. When he's knelt down at the car and he's inside that huge sandstorm. This is one of those ones where I saw it and I was like, it's a perfect trailer. That was the best trailer I think of any Mad Max trailer.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting. I feel the exact same way. Oh, that's tough. I was gonna say I feel the exact same way about Suicide Squad. I think the Comic-Con trailer for Suicide Squad, as we talked about at length, was probably the best one.
Absolutely. It really
was.
But
I mean, it for me, with what this did, and again, consider the changing and evolution of emotions you had while watching this for the first time. So it starts out really mysterious. You're like, okay, I guess it looks like Mad Max. And then as soon as you see those things explode, and then the action escalates, and George Miller, and it shows the engine and the cars exploding, you're like, yes. So think about the evolution. It's hard for me not to give this trailer a 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, and the movie was a 10 if you ask me.
Oh, it's 10. It's 10.
So, agreed. There's not much you have to say, but you will.
Yeah. As always.
As always.
I guess.
My next one is, it's a little unorthodox, but I liked it because it kind of, it had the right feel, like a lot of these have on this one. It's a 2012 film. It is directed by Mr. Christopher Nolan. It did, of course, have Christian Bale, Tom Hardy, Anne Hathaway, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Caine in The Dark Knight Rises trailer number 3. This was number 3. And the reason I liked number 3 is because, again, it started off to where there was little to no dialogue. You had the music in the background, that epic music slowly building up, and you have all these scenes, all this action, all these key moments, and these special one-liners going on. And, one of my favorite one-liners is when...
Is this the trailer where Bane straight up catches Bruce Wayne's punch, and he's like, remember, he like catches his punch and he just looks at him and then he kicks him? Is this that one, the final one?
Yes.
Yes. What a fantastic! Yeah, I agree with you. That's the best trailer.
And the thing I like about it is that when that music, that source music, is playing, and when they take lines from all the different characters, especially Bane. All you hear is the voice. You don't get any of the background that's going on during the scene. You just get the voice, and you get that single line, and then it goes to another either epic shot in the movie or a big action shot that they had on them. Right. And I think that is so well done because, yeah, The Dark Knight Rises was probably the third favorite in the trilogy for most of us, given that nobody can just amount up to what The Dark Knight did, of course. But they played it very well, and it matched the music epically. Perfect. It wasn't a 10. This trailer was not a 10. It was a great trailer. It was a 9. Right. And it definitely made us want to go see this. But what they did with the teases with Bane in this were phenomenal. And there's not a person out there that was not excited to see Tom Hardy play this very different and smart rendition of Bane.
So I'm going to have to disagree with you on this. I'm giving this, if it's the same one, which I think it is, it's the very first one that it shows Bruce actually try to punch and Bane just catches it. And he just gives him that look. And then he kicks him. And then you're like, oh my God, Batman's about to get his butt kicked for the first time ever, right? It's that one, right?
I believe so.
I'm giving it a 10, bro. I'm giving it a 10 because when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. And this is also the first one, I believe, when it shows the actual bat, the plane, it goes up over that building. It does a 360.
At the very end. At the very end.
I was like, oh my God. I got to give it a 10, bro. Okay. And I think I will say this and keep this in mind. This is one of, if not my favorite trilogies of all time. This is like my Star Wars equivalent. In fact, The Dark Knight Rises was the whole reason why I became involved in the movie space as much as I was. I have my ticket stub to that movie, the midnight premiere, in my safe, and I will keep that forever. There will never be another film like that to me. And you're right, it was kind of a letdown because it's not as good as the Dark Knight or Batman Begins.
But it was still a great film.
But that's not the point. The point was me researching it every day, and that it changed my life.
And yes, you did research it every day.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be. You know this. You remember this.
Oh, you would text me and call me, and oh yeah.
But see, we may not even be having this conversation if it wasn't. I may not. You know what I mean? Like we may not have even started this channel if it hadn't been for that research. So. Well,
I can agree, and I can appreciate it, especially for that very reason right there. And I can definitely see your argument for a 10, and I think about it, and I'm like, yeah, it probably deserves at least a 9.5, but
that's fair. I mean, I'm trying to be objective, so that's the thing. It's hard. It's.
I know, because you love it.
Right, I understand now.
And I had to get it on a list before you somehow.
Okay, so I'm not making this up.
Okay.
My final trailer is the third trailer to The Dark Knight.
No, it's not.
I swear to God.
Look. I asked you. Look, it was.
Not The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight.
Oh, The Dark Knight. Okay.
So,
I'm special.
So, again, this is the one. This is the one that starts off with the. I know. That's the whole time when you said that, I was thinking, oh my goodness. But this is one that starts off with, it just shows that wide downward angle of Bruce on the skyscraper.
Yeah.
And then it does that pan, and it shows him like standing there, and then it shows him just jump in, and that's how it starts. This is also the very first one where Harvey says to Alfred, are there any crazy ex-boyfriends I need to be aware about? And then Alfred says, you have no idea. And it goes, bam! Yeah. Like, this is now they had shown that event of him crushing the van in another trailer from a different angle, right? It wasn't the same angle. And this is the very first one where it was right down in your face. And I was like, oh my God. This is the very first one where they showed Heath Ledger really, really voice. And you got to hear his little, his accents for the first time. When he's addressing the mob, when he grabs, Rachel by the face. I mean, it shows the bat pod, and it shows that the diesel actually flip like this for the very first time.
That was an epic scene, man.
I was like, oh my God. I mean, it's got to be a 10. I mean, right?
It is. It is.
How can you argue against it? Even objectively, how can you argue against that, right?
Absolutely.
Now, what's tough is trailer number 2 is just as good.
Yeah.
If you watch the very first, the second trailer, oh, it's so good. Both of these are so good. The only reason why I'm choosing this one for this list is that one shot where it's right after You have no idea. Bam! Crushes the van. I was like, yes. Yes.
Yes. The fanboy came out, huh?
Dude.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. We did not plan that, folks. We had no idea. All right, my final one is really the granddaddy of these trailers. It is the reason that you have trailers like this that have suspense, that have that source music playing, that you have very little dialogue, and really got the art of the tease right and showed everybody else how to do it. And the director itself is still going and was mentioned in a previous trailer on this show. It is the 1979 movie with Tom Skerritt, John Hurt, and Sigourney Weaver, Alien, by Ridley Scott. It has that siren that Prometheus, everybody says, oh, Prometheus, that, you know, there's no trailer like it. This was Prometheus's daddy. All right? There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right.
There was no dialogue whatsoever in this. All you had was, you don't often can say in 2 minutes you can show a lot of fear and horror in a movie. And that's all this one did. You could see how just absolutely scared shitless these people were on this spaceship. You could see there was something going down. There was something after them. And in space, no one could hear you scream. Right. How epic of a way to end it with just that text on the bottom. Just right there as it came out. You had that wide shot. You could see the planets in the background. You could see the ship, and then it just says, in space. No one can hear you scream. This is a 10. This started it.
Yeah,
it is.
I will say this for sure, and what this was probably the mic drop of the episode. You know, out of all these trailers, we both had some really, really great ones. Mm-hmm. This was probably the most groundbreaking as far as leading the way. Whenever you were describing it, it made me think of how groundbreaking this trailer is. The only comparable, thing that I can compare it to is the original Psycho by Hitchcock.
Yes.
How creative. In fact, less is more in this sense. In other words,
Absolutely.
The fact that there is no dialogue.
Absolutely.
The fact that it's just a siren. It's actually more. Your stomach gets more turned as it goes. It's more uneasy. And I think they did that on purpose. Absolutely. Because they don't want any humans. Humans, it's the opposite of alien. It's someone you know. So they take every humanity out of it. So, great job, sir.
Thank you. And that's kind of what we're getting to on this, folks. Is that the art of the trailer is giving you less is more. Too much and too often is it overshared in trailers, and too much revealed to where you're underwhelmed when you go in, and it loses that shock, that new, that fresh feel, especially such as in Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah,
and several other trailers.
So the perfect example of what the tech is talking about is how awesome was the marketing campaign for the very first trailer for Amazing Spider-Man 2, the first one. Now, towards the end, they had done way too much marketing. They had shown way too much TV spots and other trailers. They had 4 trailers, like 4 full trailers for that. They gave away way too much. It's just that's a problem. It's a real problem these days with trailers. It's a sad thing because, like anything as far as art, making a good trailer is like it's a professional fan-made tribute. That's essentially what a trailer is, and it's a little preview of what's to come. So you don't want to give away too much, and like the tech was saying, it happens so much these days. Another good example, and the most relevant I can think of, is the trailer for Passengers is coming out on Christmas. I think they gave away, and I haven't seen it yet,
right?
But didn't you feel like they gave away essentially the entire plot to that movie?
I kind of have an idea of what the movie is and what's going on. Do I still think it looks like a good movie? Yes. Do I still think that trailer and the movie looks beautifully shot and is unique? Absolutely it does. But I feel like, yeah, I have an idea of what's happening.
But you also feel, I'm sure, because I feel this way, I feel like I agree with everything you said. It looks beautiful. I'm excited. It looks like a good movie. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they gave away too much. I'd rather have gone in there. I feel like I just feel like they gave away too much. Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
Yep.
So that's the worst thing I think a trailer can do.
Yep.
Really.
Yep. Agreed. Well, with all that said, check us out on Facebook. 3 Geeks Flix, spelled out, 3 Geeks Flix, Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler, get involved. If you don't do Facebook, we've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix, again, Flix. Follow us, holler at us, troll us. We want you to let us know what you think about everything that we say. Well, never mind. Not everything we say, but most of what we say. But no, get involved, folks. Come on, be part of the show. We've got 190 subscribers right now. You folks are fantastic and awesome. We appreciate every single one of you all. We can't do it without you. We don't want to do it without you. And that's why we want you to get involved, so we can have you on YouTube with any of our shows. It could be a Geek Speak. It could be a Trailer Break. It could be one of these, a top 5 trailers. We'd love to have you here talking to us right now, enjoying the glow that is Justin's smile. Fine then. So you're gonna be about it. But anyway, appreciate you all sticking around, and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors, because we're gonna catch you next time. Good night. I love it whenever you type in like great something or whatever not, you always end up finding porn. Always. Porn everywhere, folks. You gotta watch. You gotta watch. Watch out. No, watch.
You're not recording, are you?
I am. Just stepped in on that one. Bumfanopoli, eh? It's Monopoly, eh? I got your Pacific Rim.
Try Googling that and watch what comes up.
No! Now here's something that doesn't make sense. It's not one of my movies, but it's got Jurassic World, and then it's got like a picture of like a half-naked woman on it. That wasn't in Jurassic World. Maybe something a little different. Something a little fresh. Something a little out of the ordinary. Maybe I can find one. I don't know. I'm not having much luck. Hey, I'm gonna mute you, okay?
Okay.
Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go yourself.
I know, that's what I thought too.
You have the smallest known to man.
You try it and watch what happens. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm just kidding.
I just wanted you to know that you are a huge piece of and I think that even after all of this is over, we should still get an apartment and move in together.
It was a cold dark night in '85.
You don't owe these people.
I can see what trailer you're watching in your glasses.
Can you?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just looking up dates now.
Oh my god.
Shut up. Okay, you ready? It's about time. Always late on here. Jesus.
You fucking kidding me?
Apparently not.
I'm gonna come and visit you tonight with a butter knife and make you a sandwich. Of course, by make you a sandwich, what I really mean is make you a sandwich.
Damn right.
Oh,
No.
Mitchell,
No.
I'll tell you something.
You can try.
Ask yourself this. When you question whether or not you should put this out tonight, ask yourself this. What would James Bond do?
What? Our nice lens flare. Oh God, did he follow you?
Getting a little paranoid.
I wonder why.
I wonder if I'm being watched right now. I wonder what people are thinking right now. They gotta think I'm on drugs, right?